Certified financial planners have a special obligation. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and you have probably heard me say in one way or another that I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a fellow traveler trying to secure my family's financial future. And recently, one of you made an insightful point about my disclaimer. You said that just about anybody can dole out financial advice. Your barber, the guy on the subway, even some YouTube finance bro. But what we can't do is claim to be a certified financial planner, unless, of course, we are certified. And one of the main reasons for this is because certified financial planners have what's called a fiduciary responsibility, which I'm going to explain in a second. Those of us just preaching on the street corner, we do not have that responsibility. So before I'm done today, I'll explain why a fiduciary responsibility is important and why, personally, I'd take it with a grain of salt. To get started, a fiduciary responsibility, or a fiduciary duty, is an obligation to work in the best interests of some other party. A person with a fiduciary responsibility has a legal obligation to maintain trust. For example, lawyers have a fiduciary duty to act in the best interest of their clients. Likewise, a board of directors has an obligation to manage corporate assets in the best interest of their shareholders. Somebody with a fiduciary responsibility can't have divided loyalties. They have to apply due diligence and reasonable care. They have to disclose any conflicts of interest and so on. And certified financial planners operate under a code of ethics that begins by stating that at all times, when providing financial advice to a client, a CFP professional must act as a fiduciary and therefore act in the best interests of the client. Now, the reason that I think this is important is not for the vocabulary lesson. My friend, who got this whole conversation started, said that when I tell people that they should seek professional financial advice as soon as possible, that what I'm really telling them is that they should seek somebody to act as a fiduciary. And yeah, that's what my lawyer wants me to mean when I say it, but that's not exactly what I mean in my heart. See, I have been on this journey for a long time. I started working with financial advisors when I was about 17 years old. I've worked with a lot of them, and while I've never had a genuinely bad experience, most of them have fallen short of the ideal fiduciary responsibility. They're human beings and they got bills to pay. It's just difficult for somebody to set aside their own pressing financial concerns and truly act only in your best interest. When I deal with a financial professional, I'm interested in the full scope of their knowledge, all the things that they know that I don't know that they can teach me, but I never fully abdicate the decision-making to them. Just because they're supposed to act in my best interest doesn't mean that I allow them to act without my supervision and guidance. So when I say that you should seek advice from a financial professional, I mean that you should seek them for what they know, not exactly because of that fiduciary responsibility. But so what? Well, if you're new to this whole process of getting financial advice, I recommend that you not get blinded by the idea of fiduciary responsibility. Don't let it lull you into the belief that you don't have to look out for your own interests. As a transitioning service member, you are in an incredibly unique financial situation. You have a complex set of entitlements and benefits and compensations. You have a family that you need to protect and nurture. And the person best qualified to assemble all those different pieces into the right configuration is you. In fact, if you want to understand what's going on with certified financial planners, watch this video about how they're paid so that you can think about whether or not you're getting good value for the money that they take away from you.